Please keep your hands together for our first Minnesota jazz legend. Ladies and gentlemen, Donald Washington. So glad to have you here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You go right ahead. There you are. There I snuck up behind you. Donald Washington, everyone.
Thank you.
Now, that is a beautiful song. Does it have a special title?
Yes, that's the introduction to a song called Faye, and Faye is my wife, who's sitting right over there.
Where are you, Faye? Oh, beautiful. What a beautiful voice she has. I can't wait to get to know her better. And a musician. She's a fabulous musician. I wanted to let people know a little bit about you and how you came to the Twin Cities. You were not originally from here, right?
No.
So,
Well, I lived in Detroit. Well, going way back, I lived in Alabama.
all right, okay.
Then I moved to Detroit, and then I decided that Detroit wasn't where it was. I had to move, and Minnesota became the place, and I haven't regretted the move yet.
That's great. So, you are an educator, right? In addition to being a musician.
Yes, I went to school and got me a degree because I was trying to gig at one time, but the gigs fell through. And a good friend of mine said, "Donald, why don't you go to college?" That's a good idea. So I went to college, got me a degree, and I taught for about 30-some years, right? Taught in Detroit for about 15 or 16, and then I moved here and taught about 15 or 16. And the one thing I'm proud about being an educator is that I'm still in touch with some of the students I met when they was in the 6th grade.
Oh my gosh. Name a couple of the students who you even taught music
Well, one
to
main one
years.
is James Carter. I started teaching him when he was in the 6th grade, you know, and also Rodney Whitaker, who's a bassist, who's now the head of the jazz department at Michigan State, right? And so,
Isn't that marvelous?
And that's really something to be still in touch with these students. They still call, you know. I'm still their teacher. And I didn't only teach them about music. I talked about life, too, at the sessions that we got together at my home in Detroit. And we said, you know, if you got to, you know, one day you'll be married and you have children and you're going to have to deal with it, you know. That's it. I'm just cutting it short, you know. Right. And then they are dealing with it. You know, James Carter got a kid going to Michigan State right now, and Rodney got a kid playing bass, and he got about 8 or 9 children. He didn't mess around, you know what I mean?
My goodness. One thing I remember from our interview when we were talking in the studio at Jazz 88 was that you allowed kids, when they were really young and just starting, when you were teaching them band, you allowed them to improvise in the moment.
Oh, yes.
And there's a reason for that.
Yes, after the kids get their fingers together and they can hold the instrument and they get about 3 or 4 or 5, 6 notes under their fingers, I started them to improvise, you know, just telling them and we called it art of the moment. And I told them just play, and you'd be surprised how that hangs them up. You say, "Play what, Mr. Washington?" I said, "I just taught you about 5 notes. Play them any way you want to." And it just started like that. I'm saying, you know. Then later on, they got into bebop and all the avant-garde. I took them through the whole thing, the Jane Brown. I didn't just stop at the conventional music, you know. And then I met Roscoe Mitchell, the Art Ensemble of Chicago. They came and gave workshops and all that. So it's, you know, I wanted to give them the full spectrum of music. And then they had the choice to do what they wanted to do. I didn't tell them they should do this particular music or that particular music. Just know your craft and you do what you want to do. And they did. And I got one called Dion Yates. He's into the, I get mixed up with these.
Kevin knows what?
Yeah, contemporary R&B band.
Okay.
You know, they got all these labels, you know. And so I, you know, just taught them the music, and then they do what they want to do. And I didn't try to hold on to them like they were mine, you know what I mean? It's really a pleasure just to know that they went out and did that, you know what I mean? I wasn't looking for that. And like I said, they still call me. I'm proud of that, though.
You know, and I love that because you made sure that you said that in the interview. The other thing that really stood out is that when you were teaching them the basics, that not only were they exploring, but they were learning to trust themselves. What a huge piece of advice and wisdom to hand to little kids and to encourage them to continue that on in their lives. Isn't that amazing? So thank you for what you're doing and what you've done, and congratulations on being a Minnesota jazz legend.
Thank you. Thank you.
Do you have another song?
Oh, yes, I have one more, and it's entitled Theme for Kevin, who's my son.
All right, he is here.
Kevin, where are you?
I know where he is.
Yeah, Kevin's been playing ever since he was about 5 or 6 years old.
Kevin Washington, everyone. You hear him on Jazz 88 as well. All right, if you're ready, I'll take that from you, and you guys can get ready. I'll be back in a moment. we have a little gift for you, and that is this is an award for you, Minnesota Jazz Legend, with your name on it, 2021. And it's not glued to the bottom, but I can't take it out because I ran out of hands. But this is an award for you, and I wanted to say thank you for all your years of dedication to music, family, love, and making an impression.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wow, Patty.
Ladies and gentlemen, Donald Washington. Kevin Washington. Yes. I love it.